Big changes have been made to Australian visa English language requirements in 2025. Whether you're applying for a student visa, temporary graduate visa, employer-sponsored visa, or general skilled migration, this video will guide you through the updates you need to know. Let's start with an overview. Here's a snapshot of the English proficiency levels required across some of the most common visas. This will give you a rough idea before we dive into the details. Now we are looking at the specific details of new requirement for general migration purposes. If you go to the Home Affairs official website, go to the English proficiency level that your visa requires. Then you can check detailed requirements for each band according to each English test. Exemption applies if you hold a passport from the specified countries: Canada, New Zealand, the Republic of Ireland, the United Kingdom of Great Britain, and Northern Ireland, the United States of America. Criteria on this website apply to the following popular visas. Employer-sponsored visa, 186 DE/TRT. You must have at least competent English. 407 training visa. You must have at least functional English. 189/190/491. General skilled migration visa minimum competent English. But the higher the better. For English tests taken on or before the 6th of August 2025, your result remains valid until the 6th of August 2028, inclusive. And in general, you must have taken the test in the 3 years before your visa application. This will still depend on the visa. For example, student visa SC 500 have different requirements for the dates that you have completed your English language tests, 2 years before your visa application, or immediately before your visa decision, depending on your passport's evidence level. 485 temporary graduate visa requires your English test is taken in the 12 months immediately before the day you apply for your visa. English requirement for other popular visas: SC 500, SC 485, SC 482. For the 485 temporary graduate visa, both the post-vocational education workstream and post-higher education workstream are following their own updated English requirements that are specified on the 485 page. You can check the specific criteria carefully depending on their stream. For SC 482 SID visa, applications lodged on or after the 13th of September 2025 are now accepting test results from 3 new test providers, while Cambridge C1 advanced test will no longer be accepted for this visa from this date. For core skills and specialist skills streams, tests taken on or after the 13th of September 2025 should follow new requirements for each band with no overall requirements, depending on the chosen test provider. And for the labour agreement stream, English requirements may be specified in the labour agreement between your employer and the Commonwealth. A key change is that the new instrument allows and resit individual test components. This means IELTS, One Skill Retake, OSR and MET SSR are accepted for tests conducted on or after the 13th of September 2025. Previously, all test components had to be taken in a single attempt. If the applicant is required to resit a test component after the test day, the 3-year validity is still counted from the original test day. There are no changes to the exemptions for the SID visa. The exemption may apply if A. An applicant who is a citizen of and who holds a valid passport issued by one of the following countries: I. Canada, 2. New Zealand, 3. The Republic of Ireland, 4. The United Kingdom, v. The United States of America, or B. An applicant who has completed at least 5 years of full-time study in a secondary education institution or higher education institution where the instruction was delivered in English, or C. An applicant who has been nominated by a standard business sponsor in relation to an occupation that will be performed at I. A diplomatic or consular mission of another country, or 2. An office of the authorities of Taiwan located in Australia, or D. An applicant I. who has been nominated in relation to an occupation that requires the applicant to hold a license, registration, or membership to perform the occupation, and 2. who has been granted that license, registration, or membership, and 3. who, for the purposes of the grant of that license, registration, or membership, was required to demonstrate a level of English language proficiency that is equivalent to, or better than, the level of English language proficiency that is required to achieve the required test scores for an approved English language test that the applicant would have been required to achieve but for this paragraph. Or E, an applicant who, I, is employed by a company operating an established business overseas, and 2 is nominated by a standard business sponsor who is that company or an associated entity of that company, and 3 will receive annual earnings of at least AUD 96,400. Understanding English proficiency levels is crucial for your application success. Each level corresponds to specific test scores across all 4 language skills. Proper preparation and understanding of requirements is essential for meeting these new standards. Always refer to the official Department of Home Affairs website for the most current and accurate information about English proficiency requirements for your specific visa subclass. The requirements are detailed and specific, and staying informed about updates is crucial for your application success. These changes represent a significant shift in Australia's approach to English language requirements, emphasising the importance of strong communication skills for successful integration into Australian society and the workforce.